very short on time here. Gosh, but hopefully we're live streaming now. You can hear my dog wrestling in the grass next to me. Hey, you guys, it's so good to be here live. I'm playing with my new, my kids are all up in the windows. I'm playing with my new Ecamm live tools and wanted to drop in here today. Let me adjust my Instagram feed here. Wanted to talk to you guys, those of you guys that are small business owners. You're feeling a little scared, feeling a little as though you are, make sure I'm all good here, feeling a little fearful and lost about what's going on in your business. Perhaps you are feeling like you don't really know what to do as far as scaling to online. You could be in this place where you're just consuming and consuming and consuming, but you've totally stopped creating as a business owner. That is happening all the time. As a matter of fact, I was on a leadership call with Todd Herman a couple of weeks ago. Now it's been like 6 weeks ago now. It feels like 1,000 years ago. And he was talking about the data about how people are responding to this. You know, the difference between those people that are like in A, that are that are just totally stuck in concrete, people that are in B who want to pivot, but they don't really know the direction and the way in which to do that. And then people who are in C, who are just like moving and pivoting and grabbing onto the opportunities. Now, I got to say that it's not about taking advantage of the opportunities. It's about seeing the opportunities and building with them and using them for the benefit of not only your business, but for your people, you know, for the people that you're required to protect, for the people that you serve. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So, you know, I hear these are the three things that are happening to small business owners. And if you and I don't know each other yet, I'm April Beach. I'm a business development coach for small business owners. And I help small business owners launch their company online and scale their business online. And what I'm hearing with established businesses is that, sales have just obviously totally stopped, right? There's so many different reasons why this happened, especially if you're a brick and mortar. Sales have, almost completely stopped. And you don't know what to do. You don't exactly know how to pivot. There's so many different ways you could do it, right? You could launch a group online, you could launch a course. There's all these different ways you can go about doing it, but actually knowing the exact right way to do it. Most of you guys aren't taking any action because you're not exactly sure what that right direction is. So loss of sales is a huge issue right now with established small business owners. Second one is your pipeline is empty, right? You don't have any new leads coming in. You don't have any people that are knocking on your door. They're like, yes, I want what you have. I know that you're the one for me to work with, or you're the one for me to buy from, or you're the one for me to partner with. And so your pipeline is totally empty. So that's a really big problem. And then the third problem, of course, is that you're irrelevant. Like nobody cares what you're talking about right now because they don't need your business anymore. This is a huge danger if this is you. If you're finding yourself in the place where people don't really need what you have. And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer video than I usually do, just to give you a heads up front here. But today we're going to talk about how to go from, losing sales to actually building sales. It might not be where you were before, but going back and increasing sales. The second thing we're going to talk about is going from having an empty pipeline to how you can have people still feeding back into your pipeline, feeding back into what you have. They're being attracted to you and they want what you're saying. They resonate with your message. And then the third thing, of course, is making you relevant. Those are the three things we're going to talk about today: how to increase your sales, how to fill up your pipeline again, and how to be relevant. First things first, if you're feeling like this is you and you feel alone in this and you don't have somebody to strategize with, cruise over to my free Facebook group. It's all the stuff we're talking about in there right now. You can just go to sweetlifecommunity.com and pop in the free Facebook group with us, and a lot of awesome business owners in there helping each other and bouncing ideas off each other. So sweetlifecommunity.com will get you over to the Facebook group. So if it's okay though, let's go ahead and dive into the solutions for the issues we're talking about. So issue number one, right? You don't really have anything to sell that anybody wants right now. That's a super huge issue, especially for those of you guys who are used to seeing clients face to face, or you're used to having in-person events, or you are used to connecting locally in some capacity. Obviously a huge problem. It's also a problem for those of you guys who have actually been established online business owners, and what you have previously sold is not what people want right now, right? So you might have sold the huge signature offer. You might have sold the big plan, whatever that was in the past, and people don't really want that, right? They're not looking to climb the entire mountain. They just want to get out of the hole that they're in. So that's a problem. So solution number one to that is start creating a new offer that really, really, really meets your clients where they are, really gives them an opportunity to say, hey, you know what, this is the actual solution I was looking for. This is really what I need here. And when you're doing this, think about reframing and meeting their needs in a totally different way, right? Think about completely reframing. Maybe what it was that you have done in the past. Think about what you could be doing now that actually is what they actually want. In pivoting, I'm sure you've heard a lot about that word lately. Pivoting what it is that you've done in the past and really kind of picking and choosing, like cherry picking out of there what people really need right now. And then the third fix for you to get through this is to have an easy online tech plan. Technology is so freaking overwhelming. I mean, I've been an online business developer for over 15 years, and I swear to you guys, I still kill technology all the time. Thank heavens I have a team that helps me, sew things together. But the biggest thing is coming up with a tech plan for you that works to get your online services up right away, that you can control, that gives your clients the experience they're looking for, and it's super simple. So again, if you feel like that you are, if you're losing sales, or if you have slid back, so maybe you've been like stagnant in the past, and now you're trying to figure out how to regain traction. Maybe you've been actually steady. So we've talked about this on a couple of live streams too. If you have been steady in your business, even now during the last couple of weeks, if your business is steady, what's happening is the economy is actually falling, right? And so if your business is on that steady line, naturally your business is going to start kind of scaling down as the economy is. So we want to not keep you there in this place where I don't really have to do anything. I want you to be proactively thinking about how we can get you on a curve, on an up curve. So even as things might be a little unsteady, that you're still at least level, if not growing. And so those are some suggestions here for those of you guys that are either losing sales, you're having clients cancel on you, or you frankly don't have an offer that really appeals to anybody right now. So we need to fix that for you. I'm like live on Facebook here and on Instagram. So if you see me looking between both of them, that's why. So the second thing that we talked about is the fact that your funnel is empty. Okay, so we don't have people filling up funnels like we used to. Whatever sales funnel that was, or marketing funnel you might have had in the past, we're not seeing people filling into those funnels because they're too busy being preoccupied with like the Band-Aid that they need right now. Might not necessarily be what you have laid out for them, the journey you've laid out for them as a business in the past to get to know you, to come aboard, to come into your communities. It's totally different, right? And so in order to refill up your funnel, first of all, I want you to be really relevant and present. That means going live if you haven't gone live. Even if you're a larger brand or a company and many of you have teams, people want right now a personal relationship. They want to see your face. They want to know, hey, this is Susie, the owner of the local ballet studio. They want to see you. They want to know that you're there. They want to build a personal relationship. So if you haven't started going live, whether it's live on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, getting an opportunity to really connect with people and being authentic and going live is by far the most important thing that I recommend you do right now. Even if you're not exactly sure what you're saying, you guys, just going live and just saying, hey, just checking on you today, and starting creating a relationship that might look a little bit different than the relationship that you have had in the past. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's time to really reframe your message. So I know there are a lot of people out there. I mean, even me, you guys, I feel like I wake up every day and I'm like, oh, is Groundhog Day over? Right? That Bill Murray movie. I'm like, is this going to be all over today? Is all this going to be done? And none of, all this stuff was for nothing. We didn't need to do any of this. Here's the reality. We're going to be here for another 45, 60, 90, maybe 120 days. No longer than that, but definitely for that time frame. And so the businesses that are keeping on as usual, they're losing their audiences. So for those people, if you guys have had like a marketing plan, like your 30-day marketing plan, it's been written and strategized and programmed and it's all out there. Those people that are still letting their marketing flow on autopilot, they're starting to lose a lot of followers if you haven't noticed. I mean, how many emails have you unsubscribed from because the things that they're talking about are just totally not relevant to what you want right now? I know that I have unsubscribed from some of my favorite online influencers because what they're talking about, it's totally like from left field. And so I encourage you to be real, to not harp on the problems, but talk about the elephant in the room and why you're changing things up in your business. And I encourage you to not continue. I did a live stream in my Facebook community saying, stop your marketing. If you've had this marketing plan that has been in place forever, and just stop it. And Reframe. I know with my podcast, we actually tabled every single one of the episodes that we recorded that we had pre-planned to go out, and we've been recording our podcast. I've been recording my podcast every single week, live every single week based on what's happening right now. It's not this, pre-programmed future. Let's talk about what's happening right now, and that's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do in your business. And then the third thing is really connect with people one-on-one. Okay. It's not just now. We're starting to see this shift anyway. The whole sales automation and bulk sales, if you will, where a lot of people join something just by clicking a button at once. Now is not the time for that. Now's the time to go back to things that don't scale. Okay. Now's the time to go back, setting up phone calls and chatting with people, creating a string of DMs with clients and really hitting home, really having a conversation with them one-on-one. That's what your business is going to need to get through, and not only get through, but have the potential to thrive over the next 120 days. Let's pray it's only 45 or 60, but it could be 125. Okay. So that's the third area. Doing those things are going to solve the issue of having an empty pipeline. We want you to have a full pipeline. Doing those things are going to get your pipeline full again. Okay. And then the third problem that we're talking about is the fact that this one really hurts, especially for those of you guys that have been working so long to build your business and build your brand, is that nobody's paying any attention to you. They don't need you. Nobody needs you. If you feel like your business is at this place where nobody needs you, nobody's hitting you up for help, nobody's looking to you for leadership, what I'm going to tell you now is what's going to make you more sought after. It's going to take you from being, maybe you were at this leadership role in the past. Now we're going to go back to, tabling where you are, where nobody's looking at you. And I want to revive that again and have you be a sought after leader. And the very first way to do this is to talk about real and relevant information. I mean, completely relevant based on what's happening with your audience, what are the issues that they're facing, what does that look like for them, and having those conversations with them. That is number one, being real and being relevant, even if it doesn't directly apply to the product that you sell or the services that your business offers. The second way to do this, the second way to get back in that leadership role and to be sought after, is to inspire and equip people. And even if, that isn't naturally what your brand is, okay? So I have a confession to make. So I'm a speaker. And those keynote speakers that are just super inspirational speakers? Yeah, that's not me, okay? When I get up to speak, I'm an action speaker, which means that you got to bring your own fire, and I'm going to give you the tools, and it's your responsibility to implement it. I'm not one of those rah-rah people. Instead, I'm like, here you go. Here's the tools. They're freaking rad, and they're all for the taking. Are you going to take it or not? It's your choice. I wash my hands of it. I'm out, okay? We as leaders have to find whatever strength we have in show and exemplify what your followers need to light a fire in them, to remind them who they are, to remind them what they bring to their market. That's what we need to do as leaders. And in doing that, you're going to help them change their mindset. You're going to shift their mindset. You are going to help them to see that, yes, this is a really terrible situation, really hard on businesses, but we're not victims, right? We can't, and I say this to my boys all the time, right? You can't control the circumstance, but you do control your attitude 100% all the time. And that's the message that you as a business owner, as a business leader should be conveying. And in doing so, and being real and relevant, in being strong, and having conversations that are authentic, and reconnecting in a way that helps your viewers change their mindset. We want people to go from consuming to creating. I want you to go from consuming to creating to leading. That's what you're called to do. You're a business owner. You're an entrepreneur. Damn it, you're the best, most equipped person right now to do that. And so that's what I wanted to share with you today. And in doing so, we're going to take you as a business owner from having a mindset of being in fear, not really knowing what to do, to a mindset of seeing the opportunities and actually building solutions so that you know that what you're offering is needed, so you don't feel guilty about selling to people because you're creating a life raft for them right now. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. We are starting a new small case study group. I'm working with a handful of entrepreneurs and small business owners to help them put these things into place, to help them turn the no sales into sales by creating a life raft offer that people want and need, by turning their marketing pipeline that has been totally shut off. This faucet has been turned off, nobody's in your pipeline, to refilling up your pipeline of people that just want what you have. They're just gravitating towards you and building really personal relationships with people, and from making you being in a place where nobody's listening to you, you're not needed, to the place where you're sought after. If you want that, if you want to be part of that, we're going to do this a little bit differently because we're in a different time. If you want to be part of this case study and work with me, work with my team personally to make these pivots and make these shifts in your business, just simply comment below this video. You can comment the word shift below this video. You can DM me directly on Instagram. You can DM me directly on Facebook, or you can simply shoot an email to hello@sweetlifeco.com. There's no fancy process here. It's just us rolling up our sleeves with you and helping you to take your business through this pivot, through this shift, and making you go from a place of fear into a place of being a leader again. So just wanted to invite you to do that. Hope you guys are all awesome. Again, just comment shift below or shoot me a DM, shift, and I'll send you all the details on how to get involved in our upcoming case study group. You guys be awesome. It's good to talk to you. Bye for now. Hi, Chief.